Hi guys, so it is an absolutely beautiful Monday morning here in Berkshire in the UK. The weather is absolutely stunning, so it is perfect to get out there and start planting your garlic, especially as the ground is quite dry, especially where I am. So if you've got dry soil, it is perfect to be planting your garlic because it doesn't like to sit in really soggy, wet soil. And I always find that I think you get better crops if you can plant them on the drier days. So just sort of lets them get settled in, gets the roots down, and they can just crack on with that. So I've had my Isle of Wight garlic farm delivery. As you can see here, these are all of my different varieties. I will put up all the varieties in a sec on the screen, and also as well, if you need any information, the garlic farm, the Isle of Wight garlic farm, are absolutely fantastic for that. So if you go on their website, it has all of that information. I'll put their website up for you, but I will also hook on to ideal planting times for your garlic. So today I am cracking on with my elephant garlic, and I will go through a few tips and bits and bobs that you might need to know to get you started. Wanted to run through how it is you break your bulbs up, just in case anybody hasn't done it before. This is extra early white, so this can be planted from now, which, well, September, we're now in the beginning of October, all the way through to, I think it's January or February. So all I do is I take the clove and I just carefully rub all the paper husk off, which will then expose the garlic, a bit like how you do your garlic at home, and then just carefully remove all of your cloves. Now some people do say that the little small cloves in the middle or wherever they are, not to plant them, but I always think, although you're going to get small garlic from that one compared to that one, as you can see the size difference. Because obviously the bigger the bulb, the bigger that's all the energy stored in there to create your bulb for next year. So obviously you are going to get a smaller bulb there, but I always think that's one extra bulb clove plant that you're going to get if you were just to throw that away or just use that. So I always plant them anyway. Sometimes I collect them all up and I'll just plant them at the end of a row, so you know. And there you go. And obviously with the Isle of Wight bag, paper bag, I always put the cloves back in to the bag, because if you've got more than one variety of plant, then you know, because they write the names on the bottom, you're not going to get them mixed up when you take them outside to do your planting. So this bed behind me here is going to be my garlic bed for the end of 2018 and to be harvested in 2019. And the bed over there, which is part of my crop rotation, had the garlic in it, which was harvested this year. So obviously I've just moved it along one. I've got my elephant garlic going in here. As you can see from the bulb, that is a particularly large bulb. Elephant garlic is absolutely amazing. It does grow into a very, very big plant. So what I allow is 1 foot between each row, and actually 1 foot between each plant. So if I show you there, there's quite a lot of holes and they've got a nice spacing between them. I only do 6 inches between rows and 6 inches between normal varieties of garlic, so that'll be any other variety of garlic that I sow. But this will just give the elephant garlic that little bit more space to be able to grow into a lovely sized bulb. So as you can see, all I do is I measure out my spacings. So I do a foot away from the kickboard in, and then 1 foot between each row. And then you might be able to see there, I do my string line, so I have a nice straight line. I've done a nice 6-inch deep hole. I have added a little bit of sand just because the soil here is particularly heavy clay, and like I said, they don't necessarily like sitting in wet soil, so I've just added that as a bit of drainage. and then I'll just put the bulb so it sits nicely there, backfill, and it's all done. A few other bits: when you are planting your garlic, always remember this is the top part and this bottom bit here is where the roots will be coming out of, so make sure you always plant it pointy end up and flat bit down. I know a lot of people suffer with rust, and rust is a massive problem. So rust affects the whole of the allium family, from your chives, spring onions, leeks, your garlic. Obviously, when it comes to your garlic, maybe consider going for the autumn planting. I will put up a list of autumn planting garlics, which can then be harvested earlier in the season and can also be harvested as a green garlic, so it's not completely dried out. So the benefits for that is, when brown rust hits, and say you've got a later variety of garlic that needs to be harvested later on in the summer, the problem with rust is it's a fungus spore that then coats the whole of the leaves. That then stops the leaves from photosynthesizing as well, which means that your bulb quality will be massively reduced. And obviously in a lot of cases that you'll find that brown rust can just wipe out the whole of your crop. So with your earlier harvesting garlic, what you'll find is when the rust hits, it will be near to harvesting time, so it's not a massive problem, and it won't affect that growth of your bulbs, because they'll have already gone through the majority of their growing. So it's always worth considering different stuff like that. Like I said, I will put up variety names, and I will attach the Garlic Farms planting list for you guys to have a look at, and then you can select whatever garlics that you fancy. Also as well, if you guys are ordering your garlic from the Isle of Wight Garlic Farm, it is always good to remember that if you do need a garlic feed, they do offer it. And if you know that you are working with a poor soil, it might be a good idea to buy yourself a couple of pots of that just to see you through the growing season. It's always good to be able to feed the soil and give your plant everything, all the nutrients that it needs to get off to a good start, and obviously to continue to grow and for you to get the best crop. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and I hope you as well as I have a really good year with garlic growing.